notice any restored traditional cottage of any kind anywhere in Britain that doesn't have a clock on the mantelpiece. It can be any kind of a house. It could be a miner's cottage or a farmhouse or a tenement building. Whatever the house is, it might have no semblance of similarity with any other kind of a house, but one central point that seems to unite them all is a clock in the middle of the mantelpiece, and this house is no different. Now, in Shetland, the way that people got access to the time long ago was just by means of known landmarks. People would come to know that at midday, or perhaps say 3 hours before or 3 hours after midday, then the sun would be seen over a certain prominent knoll or crest of a hill. So it's certainly not accurate timekeeping. It just gives you a rough idea of when midday is, and some hours to either side of the midday. Clocks, of course, like anything else, came into the hands of better off people, gentry, in the 18th century, but in the 19th century, very briskly, islanders in Shetland got access to the time because of this kind of a clock. There were different types available, but this overwhelmingly was the most popular one. This very boxy, veneered clock with a big door. It opens up inside there, and it's weight driven. It's not spring driven, so there's two lead weights that you kind of see just inside the sides of the clock here, one either side, one for the strike and one for the hour. And these were mass produced in mostly Connecticut in the USA, and as American clocks, they were mass produced probably in the hundreds of thousands, because before that clocks were made more as a cottage industry, and they made their way even to Shetland. Clocks made in southwest Germany, but they weren't that common because the productivity was never going to be that of fully mechanized production. So once these came on the go in the 1850s, they rapidly pushed out any other competitors, and also meant that ordinary people could get access to a clock. And really, in a old-fashioned house like this, as factory-made things started to come into the home, this would have been one of the very first things that people were driving towards getting. And whether the wages were for the men going to sea as merchant seamen, or the women being domestic servants, or whether for men you're at the fishing, line fishing for whitefish, or for the women selling socks and other knitwear. However the wages come into the house, you're going to pool your resources to get the things for the home. So paraffin lamps, earthenware dishes, and American clock. And what could be more Shetlandic than an American clock?